The Ferryman's Lantern. A sleep journey along the Nile at dusk. Let yourself grow still now. Let the day loosen its hold upon you. Think of a river loosening the sand it carries, letting it settle softly to the bed below. There is nothing you must do here, nowhere you must be, no task waiting at the edge of this hour. Only the slow water, only the fading light, only the long, gentle breath of a country that has been sleeping and waking beside this river for longer than anyone can remember. Imagine you are lying in a small reed boat. It's drawn up along the bank of the Nile in the cool blue hour when the sun has gone down. The darkness hasn't yet come. The boat rocks, very slightly. Barely at all. A soft, patient motion, the water breathing beneath you. Above you, the sky is the color of a dove's wing, a pale, dusty blue. It warms toward the west into rose, into amber, into the soft gold of ripe wheat. You feel no cold. The air is warm from the long day. It holds you the way water holds a leaf, gentle, complete. Somewhere far off, a leaf. Gentle, complete. Somewhere far off, a bird calls once across the reeds, in the cool blue hour, when the cool blue hour, when the cool blue. This is the land of Egypt many thousands of years ago. The pharaohs are alive here. The temples are new, their painted columns bright with color that hasn't yet faded. The great river runs from the far south to the wide delta in the north. Everything that lives, lives because of its waters. But you need not think of kings tonight. You need not think of temples or tombs or the long march of years. Tonight there is only the river, and the dusk, and the slow drift downstream. Let your body grow heavy. Let it sink gently into the soft reeds beneath you, the woven mat, the folded linen laid down to make a bed. Feel how the weight of your limbs is welcome here. There's nothing to hold up, nothing to carry. A boat glides past you on the darkening water. It's a ferryman's boat, low and long. It's made of bundled papyrus reeds bound tightly together. Their tips curl up at the bow and stern like the petals of a great flower. At the front of the boat hangs a small lantern, a clay lamp no bigger than a cupped hand, with a wick of twisted flax floating in golden oil. The little flame doesn't flicker wildly. It burns soft and steady, a small warm eye of light in the blue evening. It lays a trembling gold path across the water toward you. The ferryman stands at the stern with a long pole. He moves without hurry. He's pulled this same stretch of river 10,000 times. His hands know the water the way your breath knows your body. He doesn't call out, he doesn't flicker wildly. It burns soft and steady, a small warm eye of light in the blue evening. It lays a trembling gold path across the water toward you. Its little light grows smaller and softer. The river is very quiet now. You can hear it moving. A low, continuous, whispering sound. Water sliding over water. Water folding around the reeds. Water lapping in the smallest waves against the side of your boat. It's a sound with no beginning and no end. It was making this sound before you came. It will go on making it long after you've drifted into sleep. Let that sound carry you. Let it be a soft hand at your back, easing you down, easing you deeper. The reeds along the bank stand tall and still. Their feathered tops are black against the last light in the west. Now and then a breath of air moves through them. They sway. They whisper together, a dry green rustling like the turning of soft pages. Then the air grows still again. The reed's falled hand at your back is easing you down, easing you deeper. The reeds along the bank stand tall and still. The reeds along... Let us drift now. Let the boat slip its mooring. Let it move out onto the slow current, so gently that you barely feel it begin. The bank slides away behind you. The tall reeds grow smaller. The wide, dark mirror of the river opens ahead. It's holding the last colors of the sky, holding the first faint prick of a single early star. You don't steer. You don't paddle. There's no need. The river knows the way. It's always known the way. It's going north, as it has gone north forever. Toward the sea, it's never stopped seeking. It carries you along as easily as it carries a fallen leaf, a feather, a fragment of pale reed. Feel the ease of it, the complete surrender of it. You're held, and you're moving, and you need do nothing at all. The water beneath you is warm from the day. It's worn north, as it has gone north the ever, toward the sea it's never stops. The last of the daylight is leaving the sky. The gold in the west fades to a deep and burning orange, then to a soft red, like the last glow of embers before they turn to ash. The dove-gray overhead deepens, slowly, into the blue of deep water. Then into a darker blue still. One by one, the stars begin to appear. They come out shyly at first, a single point of light, then two, then a scattering, like grains of white sand drawn across dark cloth. You watch them come, lying on your back in the drifting boat. You feel no hurry for them to arrive. No sorrow at the going of the sun. The day has done its work. Now the night will do its own, quieter work. You're simply here to rest within it. The air cools now, but only a little. Just enough to feel fresh against your face. Just enough to make the warmth of your covering welcome. The light linen drawn above. Along the eastern bank, the palm trees stand in a long, dark line. Their trunks are tall and slender. Their crowns of leaves spread wide. Against the gathering stars, they look like still, patient figures, watching the river go by. The date palms are heavy with fruit this season. The clustered dates hang in the darkness. Their faint sweetness drifts out over the water. It mingles with the smell of the river, wet earth, green reeds, and the cool, clean scent of the water itself. You breathe it in, slowly, deeply, the sweetness of the dates, the green of the reeds, the mineral coolness of the Nile, and you let the breath out slowly, longer than you drew it in. With it, you let go a little more of the day. Breathe in the sweetness and the green and the cool. Breathe out, long and slow. Sink a little deeper into the reed boat, into the warm water carrying you, into the warm water. Smell of one by Winbot brick houses near the water, dried lamp behind a small square window, a lamp behind a small square window, a lamp behind a small square window. A fire reaches you across the water, dried palm wood burning slow, the good brown smell of bread baking on a clay dome, something savory in a pot, onions perhaps, and lentils and the earthy scent of cumin. You hear, very faint and far away, the sounds of the village settling into evening. A mother's low voice calling a child in from play, the soft lowing of cattle led home to their pens, the creak of a wooden door. The gentle thud of grain being ground, one last measure, in a stone quern. These are the sounds of a day ending well, of work laid down, of families gathering close as the dark comes on. You're not part of the lamps of the village slide slowly behind you. One by one they dwindle, the voices grow faint, the smell of the fire thins and fades, and then there is only the river, and the reeds, and the deepening night. The current carries you on. Ahead, the Nile bends in a long, slow curve to the east. The water at the bend runs even more gently. It spreads wide and shallow over a bed of pale sand. Here, the boat slows almost to stillness. It turns, very slowly, so that you drift for a time facing back the way you came. Then it turns again, unhurried, and faces once more toward the north. You feel the turning as the softest of motions, a slow circling drift, like the last, lazy movement of a spinning top before it comes to rest. The stars wheel gently over a bed of pale sand. The sterns, very slowly, the icy, so that you drift for a time facing back the way you came. Then it turns again, unhurried, and faces once more. It lay a mother lulls on the eastern bank. It's huge and pale and heavy, a great disk of soft white light. It's nearly full. It lays a wide, shimmering road across the river, a road of broken silver, reaching from the far bank all the way to your drifting boat. The moonlight is cool and kind. It does not glare. It falls upon the water and the reeds and the distant hills. It's like a fine dust of silver, softening every edge, gentling every shape. Under the moon, the river becomes a thing of quiet light. The small waves catch the brightness and let it go. Catch it and let it go. The whole surface glimmers and shifts. 1,000 tiny lights winking on and off, slow and endless. You could watch it forever. You don't need to think about it. You need only let your eyes rest upon the shifting silver. Let it laze a The far off, on the western shore, the desert begins. Beyond the mun and the mud brick houses, beyond the palms and the mud brick houses, the sand rises in long, low dunes. It rolls away into a vast and silent emptiness. That emptiness stretches farther than any traveler has ever walked. By day the desert is fierce and bright, but now, under the moon, it's grown cool and still and lovely. The dunes are pale silver, the shadows between them are deep and soft and blue. Over all of it lies a silence so complete it seems to hum. You can't hear the desert from your boat, it's too far and it makes no sound, but you can feel it somehow out there in the dark, a great presence, patient and ancient and utterly at peace. It's watched the moon cross the sky 10,000 times. A heron stands in the shallows near the bank. You see it as you drift past. A tall, slender shape, gray-white in the moonlight. It's standing perfectly still on one long leg. The water catches the light at the edge of the reeds. It doesn't move as you pass. It doesn't startle or take flight. It only watches the water with its patient eye. Waiting as herons wait, with a stillness so deep it seems almost holy. The heron isn't troubled by anything. It has no thought of yesterday, no worry for tomorrow. There's only the water, and the small silver fish moving somewhere below the surface, and the endless, unhurried patience of a creature that knows how to wait. You feel that patience as you drift by. You breathe it in, and your own breath slows to match it, long and slow and even, in and out, slow as the river. The night has grown deep now, and warm and very quiet. The only sounds are the sounds of the river itself, the endless soft whisper of the water, the gentle lap of small waves against the reed hull. Now and then, far off, the plash of a fish rising to the surface and falling back, a single ring of ripple spreading out and out until it fades, and once, from somewhere in the reeds, the low, soft call of a night bird, a single note, round and hollow and sweet. It hangs in the air for a moment, and then it's gone. You're drifting deeper now, not only on the river, but within yourself. Your body is very heavy and very warm and very much at ease. Your breath is slow. Your thoughts, if you have any thoughts at all, are soft and slow and drifting, like the boat, like the water, like the pale, slow moon. There's nothing to hold on to, nothing to keep. Downstream, the river runs beside a grate. A soft golden light. This stands a temple to the gods. Even at this late hour, a few of its lamps are burning. You see them first as a warm glow above the reeds. You see them long before you reach it. A soft golden light, low and steady, spilling out over the water from within the temple walls. As the boat draws nearer, the temple begins to rise out of the darkness. First, the great pylon gate appears, two massive towers of stone flanking the entrance. Their smooth walls are carved with figures too high and too dim to see. Then the tops of the tall columns beyond. Then the long line of the enclosure wall, running down almost to the water's edge. Everything is built of pale stone. In the moonlight, the stone glows softly, the color. The boat drifts to a stop beside a low stone quay. You feel the gentlest of bumps. The reed hull touches the stone. Then the boat comes to rest. The current murmurs quietly past on either side. Steps lead up from the water to the temple grounds. They're broad and shallow, pale stone, worn in the center. Countless feet have climbed them over the long years. The moonlight lies across them like a pale carpet. You need not hurry to rise. You may lie a moment longer in the boat. Feel its stillness, feel the warm night air on your face, listen to the water speak, and then, when you are ready, only when you are ready, you may sit up, slowly, step out onto the cool stone quay, feel the solid, ancient ground beneath your feet at last. The stone is smooth and cool and clean. It holds the day's warmth still deep within it. That warmth rises. You climb the shallow steps. There's no need to hurry. Each step is broad and low. You rise from one to the next slowly, easily. You feel the smooth stone beneath your feet. You feel the great gate grow taller before you. At the top of the steps, you pass beneath the pylon gate. For a moment, you're in deep shadow. The great stone towers rise on either side of you, cool and close. The air within the gateway is cooler still. It smells of stone and dust and something faintly sweet, old incense perhaps, soaked into the stone over long years of offerings. And then you're through. You step out into the stone over long years of offerings, and then you're through. You step as broad into the first great court of the temple, open to the next as slowly. It's empty. It's empty. It's filled with moonlight. A wide floor of pale flagstone stretches out before you. It's silver white beneath the moon. Around its edges runs a covered walkway. It's held up by rows of tall stone columns. The columns cast long, soft shadows across the pale floor. The columns are carved to look like great bundles of papyrus, or like the tall stems of lotus flowers. Their tops open out into wide capitals, like buds about to bloom. Even in the dimness, you can see that they're painted. Deep blues and greens and reds, touches of gold. The moonlight has drained the colors to soft shades of gray and silver. The court is very still. The air is cool and calm. Your footsteps make a soft, small sound on the stone. The sound echoes faintly among the columns. Then it fades. The great silence-covered walkway. It's held up by rows of tall columns. The color brains and reds. The tall. You're not afraid here. There's nothing here to fear. The temple is a place of peace. It's been a place of peace for longer than anyone can remember. Its stones have soaked up peace. They've soaked it up the way they soaked up the warmth of the sun. Now, in the deep of the night, they give that peace back to you. You breathe in the cool, still air. It smells of stone and dust, and faint, sweet incense. It's very calm, very old, very kind. Somewhere ahead, deeper in the temple, a single lamp is burning. You can see its soft gold glow. It spills from a doorway beyond the far side of the court. It draws you gently forward, the way the ferryman's lantern drew you across the water in the blue dusk. There's no hurry. You may cross the court as slowly as you like. Your feet whisper on the pale stone. The single lamp is burning. Your can somewhere ahead, deeper in the temple, a single lamp. They're enormous, far taller than any tree. So broad that you cannot reach your arms around them, yet they don't feel heavy or fearsome. They feel like guardians, like tall, patient elders, standing quietly in the dark, keeping their long, silent watch, as they've kept it for generation after generation. You reach out once and lay your hand flat against the stone, against the smooth, cool stone of one of the columns. It's solid beneath your palm, solid and certain and calm. You can feel the faint carved lines beneath your fingers, the shapes of birds and flowers, the tall, thin figures of gods and kings. So long ago that the hands themselves are dust, though the shapes they made remain. The column does not move. It does not change. It asks nothing of you. It simply stands, as it has always stood, holding up the roof, holding up the sky. You walk on, lighter now, toward the glow of the lamp. At the far side of the court, a smaller doorway leads deeper into the temple, into a hall of columns, even taller, more closely set. The roof is high overhead. The moonlight comes down only in thin, pale shafts, through small openings near the top of the walls. Here, it's dimmer, and warmer, and even more still. The great columns stand close together in long rows. Between them, the shadows are deep and soft. The single lamp glows somewhere ahead, its light gilding the nearest columns with a soft, warm gold. The floor here is worn very smooth, cool beneath your feet. You walk slowly down the aisle between the columns. The darkness gather into the temple. Into Ia raid, the great columns stand close together in long rows. And you're not afraid. The lamp stands upon a low stone stand near a doorway. It's a simple thing, a shallow dish of pale stone, holding a pool of golden oil, with a single wick that burns with a small, steady, unwavering flame. The flame does not flicker. The air here is so still. It burns straight and true, a slender teardrop of gold light. Perfectly quiet, perfectly calm. You stand before it and watch it burn. There's something in a flame that draws the eye and quiets the mind, the soft gold light, the gentle warmth, the way it holds its shape, and yet is always moving, always the same and always new, burning on and on with no sound at all. Watch the little flame. Let your eyes rest on its soft gold light. There's nothing else you need to look at. Nothing at a flame that draws the eye and quiets the mind, the soft gold light, the gentle warmth, the mind. A priest moves quietly through the far shadows. You see him only dimly, a tall figure in a long white linen robe. His head is shaven smooth. He moves slowly and silently between the great columns, tending the lamps. He carries a small vessel of oil. Here and there he stops. He pours a little oil into a lamp whose light has grown low. He trims the wick with careful fingers. The small flame brightens and steadies once more. He does not speak. He does not look at you. His work is quiet and patient and old. It's a work of keeping small flames alive through the darkness, of holding back the night one little light at a time. He moves through it with the calm, sure ease of a man who has done this. The same gentle task 10,000 times before. You watch him for a while. He moves slowly among the columns, tending his lamps. The watching is restful. The silence is deep. The warm gold light lies over everything, like a blend. Here the walls or doorway opens onto arch. Here the walls are lower. The moon shines down freely once more. In the center of the little court there's a garden, a small walled garden tended by the priests. Green and cool and sweet in the silver light. You step out into it. The moonlight falls on your face again, cool and soft. The air is full of the smell of growing things. There's a small pool in the center of the garden. A rectangle of still, dark water, lined with smooth pale stone. On its surface float the wide flat leaves of the lotus, rest, closed now for the night, their petals folded shut against the dark. Around the pool grow low shrubs and small trees. There are date palms and fig trees and the graceful drooping branches of a willow. Among them, the beds are planted with flowers. Their sweet scent fills the willow branches floats there on the surface. Are Anne. The great floats there on the surface. It's perfect and unbroken. Around it float the closed lotus flowers. The wide dark leaves drift nearby. Around it float the closed lotus flowers. The wide dark leaves drift nearby. All of it is lit softly silver. All of it is perfectly still. You look at the moon in the water. You look at the moon in the sky. They're the same moon. They're both yours. Neither warm. The air is sweet. The water is still. You're here, in this small green garden, in this ancient place of peace, at rest at last. Let yourself rest. You've come a long way tonight, down the wide dark river, past the sleeping villages, beneath the rising moon, through the great stone gate and the hall of quiet columns, to the small garden at the heart of the temple, where the lotus sleeps. For a while you simply sit and breathe and watch on the still water. The night is very quiet here. Beyond the low walls of the court, the great temple stands silent. Its columns rise into the dark. Its lamps burn low. Its long halls are empty and still. Beyond the temple, the sleeping town. Beyond the town, the wide, slow river. It moves softly through the dark toward the distant sea. But here, in this small green place, there's only the pool, the moon, the willow, and you. The breeze rises again, so faint it barely stirs the air. The long willow leaves sway above you. A few of them brush softly against your shoulder, cool and light as feathers. You feel them touch you. You don't move. They touch you again. It's a small kindness. It soothes you. The lotus flowers rest upon the water. Their petals are folded shut, pale in the moonlight. Where the shadow of the flower of willow, the moonlight falls upon it, it gleams like polished silver. Where the moonlight falls upon it, it gleams like polished silver. Where the shadow of the willow lies across it, it's dark and soft as velvet. Beneath the surface, you can see the pale stones of the pool's floor. They're smooth and clean. They were laid there long ago by careful hands. A single leaf has fallen from the willow. It drifts slowly across the water. It moves without haste, turning gently on the faintest current. You watch it go, from one side of the pool to the other. It's a small journey. It's enough to fill the quiet moment. Then the leaf comes to rest against the far stone edge, and is still. Everything in this garden moves slowly, or does not move at all. There's no hurry here. There has never been any hurry here. The priests who tend this garden move slowly. Somewhere near the pool, a small fountain trickles. You hadn't heard it before. Now, in the deep quiet, you notice it. A thin, soft, silver sound. Water falling gently into water. A small, steady murmur that goes on, patient and unhurried. It never stops. It's a sound made for sleep. A soft, cool, endless sound. It rises and falls so gently, it seems less like a sound than like the breathing of the garden itself. You listen to it. It soothes you. Your own breath falls into time with it, slow and easy, in and out, like water falling softly into water. The little fountain has been running here for a very long time, long before you came. It will run long after you have gone. It asks for nothing. It only gives its soft, cool sound to the night, over and over, patiently, gently. You let it wash through you. The muscles of your now. Its light falls more fully into the little court. It silvers the tops of the walls. It gleams on the wet stone at the fountain's edge. It lies pale across the flat leaves of the lotus. The shadows have shifted softly, as shadows do. The far corner of the garden lay in darkness before. Now the moonlight reaches it. You can see the shapes of the flowers there, pale and still. There's a warmth to the stone beneath you still. It's the last warmth of the long day. It's held in the bench, rising gently into you where you sit. There's a coolness in the air too, the coolness of the night. The coolness of the water and the leaves, the warmth below and the coolness above. They wrap around you like a soft blanket, neither too warm nor too cool. Perfectly, exactly right. You feel your body settle, your shoulders. A nightbird calls once somewhere beyond the wall. A single soft note, low and round. It drifts through the dark, then silence again. The trickle of the fountain, the faint stir of the willow leaves. It's a peaceful sound, the call of the nightbird. It does not startle. It belongs to the night, as the moon belongs, as the sweet air belongs. As you now belong, sitting quiet in the moonlit garden, your breathing slow, your eyes half closed, the bird does not call again. Perhaps it settled once more into its own rest, tucked among the branches of the fig tree, its small head beneath its wing. Perhaps it dreams, as you will dream soon. The whole world is settling now, into the deep still heart of the night. You are settling with it, bonklet garden, your breathing slow, your eyes half closed. The breathing slow, your eyes half closed. The bird does not call again. Perhaps it settled once more into its own rest, tucked among the branches of the Across the little court, the low stone doorway stands open, dark, and quiet. It leads back into the Hall of Columns. But you don't need to go back yet. You may stay here as long as you like. The night is long. The garden is patient. There's no one waiting. Nothing to be done. So you stay. You sit upon the cool, smooth bench beneath the willow. You watch the moon upon the water. You listen to the soft trickle of the fountain. You breathe the sweet green air. Slowly, slowly, you feel yourself grow heavier, softer, more at peace than you felt in a very long time. The willow leaves stir above you. The lotus rests upon the water. The moon floats calm and pale in the dark pool. The fountain trickles softly on and on. A small kind sound in the great quiet of the night. You close your eyes for a moment. Then you open them again, slowly. The garden. There is, at the edge of the garden, near the fountain, a low earthen jar. It's a simple thing, made of red clay. Its sides are curved and smooth. Its mouth is round and open to the night. The priests fill it with water from the pool, cool and clean. It stands there through the day and through the night. Small birds come to drink from it in the morning. They come again in the heat of the afternoon. Now, in the moonlight, the jar holds only its own small circle of dark water. Upon that water, a tiny fragment of the moon, caught and held. It gleams faintly in the round clay mouth. Everything holds the moon tonight. The great pool holds it, whole and perfect. The little jar holds a fragment of it. The wet stone at the fountain's edge holds a shimmer of it. Even the flat, wide leaves of the lotus hold small drops of dew. Each drop holds its own tiny point. The air grows sweeter still. Somewhere in the dark, a flower has opened. A night-blooming flower. It's one that keeps its petals closed against the sun. It opens only in the cool of the dark. Its perfume drifts across the little court, rich and soft and heavy. It's a deep, sweet scent. It fills your chest and slows your breath. It makes your eyelids heavier still. You breathe it in. It's the smell of the ancient night. It's the smell of 1,000 nights, just like this one. They stretch back and back through the years. Each of them was warm. Each of them was still. Each of them was full of this same sweet perfume, this same soft moonlight. There's all the time in the world. You are one small, quiet part of that long chain of peaceful nights. You sit where others have sat. You rest as others have rested, in this small green garden at the heart of the ancient temple. The peace that held them holds you now. Breathe in. The willow branch nearest you sways down. Its leaves brush the surface of the pool. A small ring spreads out across the water, a single soft ripple moving slowly outward. It catches the moonlight along its curved edge. You watch it spread. It reaches the closed lotus flowers. They rock, very gently, upon the moving water. Then they're still again. The ripple reaches the pale stone edge of the pool and fades. The water grows smooth once more. The moon lies whole upon it again, unbroken. Such a small thing, that ripple. Here, and then gone. The pool forgets it entirely. It lies calm again beneath the moon. That's how it is with the small troubles of the day. They spread across you and rock you gently. Then they fade. You grow calm again, smooth and still, holding the moon, forgetting the ripple. You're the pool now. The night is deepening. The moon hath climbed to the top of the sky. Its light is at its fullest now. It pours silver into the little court, so bright that you can see the veins in the willow leaves. You can see the grain of the smooth stone bench. You can see the tiny beads of dew along the edges of the lotus leaves. And yet, for all its brightness, the moonlight is soft. It does not glare. It does not press upon the eye. It lies gently over everything, cool and pale and kind. It makes the whole garden seem to glow faintly from within. The flowers, the leaves, the stones, the water, all lit softly from the inside. All holding a little of that gentle silver light. You hold a little of it too. It's soaked into you, sitting here. You've been breathing the sweet air, watching the still pool. You're lit softly from within now, calm and quiet and pale as the moon. There's nothing left in you that is not at peace. Beyond the low wall, the town lies sleeping. You can't see it from where you sit, but you know it's there. The low mud brick houses, close together along the narrow lanes. Their flat roofs are pale in the moonlight. Their small dark doorways are closed against the night. In each house, a family sleeps, on mats upon the cool floor, or on the rooftops in the open air, wrapped in linen against the coolness before dawn. The whole town breathes together, softly, in the dark. The old and the young, the potters and the weavers, the farmers and the fishermen, all of them at rest now, all of them dreaming, all of them held in the same warm quiet that holds you. And beyond the town, the fields, the long dark fields watered by the river, green and growing, resting in the cool of the night, waiting for the sun. And beyond the fields, the desert, silent and vast and pale beneath the moon, stretching away into the dark, still and a moth comes fluttering through the moonlight. It's a pale, soft thing. It moves on wings you can barely see. It drifts this way and that above the pool, in no hurry, going nowhere in particular. It circles the closed lotus flowers. It drifts across the still water. It rises up past the willow leaves and comes down again, gentle and aimless and slow. You watch it wander through the silver air. Its wandering is restful. It has no purpose and no haste. It does not struggle. It does not fear. It simply moves through the soft night. It goes wherever the small breaths of air may take it, at peace within its wandering. At last it settles on a broad, flat lotus leaf. It folds its pale wings and is still. And you're still, too, watching it. Your own breathing is slow. Your own body is settled. Your own mind wanders as gently as the moth, drifting through soft and quiet thoughts, going nowhere. The stone bench holds you. The willow shelters you. The moon watches over you. You lean back a little. You rest your shoulders against the cool wall behind the bench. The wall is smooth and firm. It holds you up, so you need not hold yourself. You let your weight settle into it, fully, trustingly, the way a child leans into the arms of one who loves it. The whole garden holds you now. The bench beneath you, the wall behind you, the willow above you. The sweet air is all around you, and the deep, deep quiet cradles all of it. You're held on every side. Gently, firmly. There's nothing you must do to keep yourself safe. Nowhere you must go. Nothing you must be. You're simply here, resting, breathing, at peace. The fountain trickles softly. The willow stirs. Somewhere far off, the night bird calls once more, low and round and gentle. The wall is more. Time moves strangely in the deep of the night. You can't say how long you've sat here. It might be a few moments. It might be half the night. The moon has moved, a little, across the sky. The shadows have shifted, softly, but the garden is unchanged, still and sweet and quiet, holding the moon, breathing its soft perfume into the dark. There's no clock here, no bell to ring the hours, only the slow crossing of the moon, the slow opening of the night flowers, the slow drifting of a leaf across the pool. Time is soft here and unhurried. It doesn't press upon you or pull you along. It simply flows, gently, like the river far off in the dark, moving toward the sea in its own good time, and no hurry at all. You float upon it, that slow, soft flow of time. You're carried gently, without effort, deeper and deeper into the quiet across the pool. Time as shadows have soughed. You do not resist. You do not cling. Near the far wall in the moonlight there is a small statue. It's old. Very old. It's carved from smooth dark stone. The years have worn it soft. Many hands have touched it too. It shows a seated figure, calm and still. Its hands rest upon its knees. Its face is serene. It gazes out across the garden. Its expression holds a deep and gentle peace. That quiet stone figure has sat there a very long time. It has watched through countless nights just like this one. It's kept its patient, silent vigil. It has seen the moon rise and set 10,000 times. It has heard the fountain trickle through numberless nights. And always it has sat calm and still, at peace, asking nothing, wanting nothing, simply being there quiet in the moonlight. You look at its serene stone face. It's pale in the silver light. Something of By day, the lotus flows open wide upon the water, blues and gold and resting. And yet still faints the whole court. The bees come to them. The sunlight lies upon their open petals. But now, in the night, they're closed, folded shut and resting. And yet still a faint sweetness rises from them. It drifts up from the dark water. It mingles with the perfume of the night-blooming flowers. The lotus is a quiet teacher of rest. Each evening it closes. It sinks a little toward the water. It rests through the dark. Each morning it rises and opens again to the sun. It doesn't fear the dark. It doesn't fight the closing of its petals. It simply rests. When it's time to rest, it rises again when it's time to rise, patiently, gently, in its own good rhythm. You breathe in its faint sweet scent. You learn from it, without effort, the way of quiet rest. You closed, as the lotus closes. You sinks toward the dark. Its rests closed. Where the moonlight lies upon your hands, where the palms are tans, where they rest in your lap. They're at rest, wholly at rest, wholly at rest. The fingers are loose and gently curled. The palms are soft and open. They've carried much today. They've done much. And now they carry nothing. They do nothing. They do nothing. They simply rest, open and empty and calm in the moonlight. Let them rest. Let your hands rest. There's nothing more for them to hold tonight. And your feet, resting upon the cool stone of the garden path. Let them rest too, heavy and still. The weight of them settles gently downward. It sinks into the earth, into the cool, patient earth. That earth has held this garden up through all the long years. Let your feet grow heavy and still and at rest. And your back and your The fountain trickles on, soft and endless in the dark. That small silver sound, that patient, gentle, unhurried sound. It rises and falls on and on, water falling softly into water. It's been running all through the night. It will run until the dawn. It doesn't tire. It doesn't stop. It asks nothing of you, but that you listen, and let it carry you toward sleep. So you listen. You let the soft sound of the falling water fill your ears. It washes gently through you. It quiets every thought until there's nothing left in your mind. Nothing but that soft silver trickle, that endless gentle murmur, that patient falling of water into water in the dark. It's the sound of peace. It's the sound of rest. It's the sound of the ancient night, holding you gently, singing you softly toward sleep. Breathe in. Above the garden wall, the stars are out. Each one is in small and very stilly. Bait light. They backsloke heavens, steady light, they vans of veils dark heavens. You star, you look stark heavens, ye fell. You look up at them, they're very far away, very calm, very still. They do not flicker, they do not flicker, they do not flicker, they do not flicker. They simply hang there in the dark. They've hung there for all the ages of the world, patient and eternal and serene. The people of this ancient land know the stars well. They've watched them for 1,000 years and more. They've named them. They've followed their slow turning through the seasons. They found in them the steady rhythm of the year, the rising of the great star that heralds the flooding of the river, the slow wheeling of the crate frank changing and sure. The stars are a great slow clock. They turn gently overhead. They mark out the ages in their vast unhurried circles. Beneath them you sit in your small garden. It mows a perfume of the flowers all around you. It moves across your face. It stirs the willow. It rustles faintly among the leaves of the fig and the date palm. It carries the sweet perfume of the flowers all around you. Then it passes. It settles. The garden is still again. The willow hangs quiet once more. The pool lies smooth beneath the moon. The willow hangs comes and goes as it pleases in the deep of the night. It does not stay. It does not hurry. It rises somewhere far off over the dark fields or the pale desert or the wide slow river. It wanders in over the wall. It touches the garden gently. Then it wanders out again on its long, slow journey through the sleeping land. You do not hold the wind. You cannot hold it. You only feel it as it passes, cool and sweet. Then you let it go. It's gone. Your commons eats low the self a croft on court. Its light falls at a comment. Its loft halls at a comment. Aller hato stretch soft a cart across the cart. Hours have passed, the night moments. Long, slow, peaceful moments, each one full and quiet and complete. The deepest part of the night is coming. The deepest part of the night is coming. The still hour, the quiet hour. It's the hour when the whole world sleeps most deeply. Even the night birds fall silent. The wind lies down. The water grows most calm. It's the hour of the deepest rest. It's coming now, gently, softly. It's wrapping the garden and the temple and the town in its stillness. You feel it settling over you too, that deep still hour. Your breathing has grown very slow now, very quiet, very even. Your body has grown very heavy. You're sinking gently into the bench, into the warmth of the stone, into the warmth of the stone. Locked yourself quiet. There's a soft sound of wings. A small night bird, perhaps the same one that called before, drops down out of the dark. It settles at the edge of the pool, close by the little earthen jar. It's a small pale shape in the moonlight. It dips its head. It drinks, softly, from the cool, clean water. Then it lifts its head again. It rests there for a moment at the water's edge. You watch it, quite still. It doesn't fear you. You're quiet and calm. You're part of the garden now. You're no more troubling to it than the stone statue or the willow tree. It drinks again. It preens its pale feathers. It shakes itself gently. Then it settles down, low against the cool stone. It tucks its small head beneath its wing. And it's still. It's gone to sleep, there at the edge of the pool, in the moonlight, close beside you. A small trusting sleeping thing, at rest in the... The lotus rests upon the water. The willow hangs still above you. The fountain trickles softly in the dark. That small, clear, endless sound going on, so gently, so quietly. It's almost a part of the silence itself. You are so calm now, so deeply, wonderfully calm. The moon slides lower toward the western wall, unhurried, patient. It lays its silver light in long soft bands across the stone. You rest beneath it, warm and heavy and still. There's nothing left to do, nothing left to hold, nothing left to think. There is only this, the garden, the quiet, the slow, slow drift of the night toward its stillest hour. Let your breath come slower still. In, softly, and out, softly, like the trickle of the fountain, like the slow ripple of the water when the small bird stirred and settled. In and out, so gentle, so easy, you don't have to try. The breath breathes itself all on its own. It's done this through all the long hours of your life. It'll do this through all the long hours of the night. Without your watching, without your care, you may let it go now. You may let everything go. The weight of the day has left you. It slipped away, quietly, somewhere in these long moonlit hours. You didn't even notice it go. The small worries, the little cares, the things you meant to do, the things you meant to say, they've all drifted off across the pool, like the zup-rotter when the small bird stirred and settled. The small bird stirred and settled, tripling you no more. There's only the little houses strying jars together, their toll of the night. Their people are sleep soft against the cold wheel, but sleeping deep upon their mats and their low wooden beds. A whotter sleeps beside his cold wheel, beside his rows of drying jars. A weaver sleeps beside her loom. The half-made cloth hangs still and pale in the dark. A child sleeps curled against its mother, small and warm and dreaming, breathing soft and slow. They're all at rest. The whole town is at rest, and you're at rest among them, held in the same great quiet, breathing the same deep and dreamless peace. Beyond the town, the fields lie still and dark. The young grain stands unmoving in the windless night. The old canals hold the moon upon their smooth, dark water. The paths between the fields are empty, pale. The willow stirs very faintly and grows still again, and grows still again. A single leaf lets go, high in the dark. It falls, turning slowly, drifting down through the moonlight, so slow, so soft, so gentle. It comes at last to rest upon the water without a sound. The dark pool takes it in. A ring spreads out wide and slow, catching the silver light. It spreads and softens and fades. The water is smooth and still once more. The leaf floats quiet upon its surface, at rest, at peace. That is all. That is the whole of it. A leaf, falling, coming to rest. Your thoughts are like that now. The last few thoughts drifting down slowly through the quiet of your mind, turning gently, coming softly to rest, fading one by one into the smooth, dark stillness. There's no need to follow them. There's no need to follow. Let them drift down and settle and fade. Let them drift. The leaf upon that long muscles on so softly, that little endless sound, threading through the silence, so gentle you could almost forget it. So constant you need never think of it at all. It was here before you came into the garden. It'll go on long after you've slipped away into sleep. Water rising and falling, gathering in the smooth stone basin, slipping over, and falling again. Patient, and slow, and endless, through all the long hours of the night. You need do nothing but listen, or not even listen. You may let the sound go too. Let it soften and blur and blend into the deep, soft quiet, until it's no more than the sound of the silence itself, the sound of the whole still world at rest. Deeper now, softer now, down and down into the quiet. Your body is so heavy upon the warm stone bench, so heavy and so easy. Every part of you has grown soft and loose and still. Your hands rest open and quiet. The small bird sleeps at the water's edge. Its head is tucked beneath its pale wing. It does not stir. It does not dream of anything but the quiet garden. It does not dream of anything but the cool, clean water and the warm, safe stone beneath it. It rests. It trusts the night. The night holds it gently and keeps it safe. The night asks nothing of it at all. You may rest the same way now. You may trust the night the same way. Let it hold you. Let it keep you. Let it keep you. Let it carry you down, soft and slow, into the deep still dark. The way the smooth dark water carries the fallen leaf. The way the great quiet sky carries the sinking moon. There's nothing to fear here. There's nothing to guard against. There's only the garden, ancient and gentle and kind. It's wrapping you round in its cool green quiet. The night is deep and soft and endless. It wraps the garden round. The great turning sky wraps the night round. The silver light dross and dark, gathering to blend. Gross and darkness, soft, darkness, warm and quiet and kind. The garden is darkness, quiet as fades upon the darkness, warm and quiet and kind. The garden is growing darkness, warm and quiet and kind. The garden is growing dark now, gently, softly. The pale lotus fades upon the darkening water. The willow becomes a soft gray shape against the sky, then a softer shape, then only a deeper darkness within the dark. The old stone statue watches on. Its face is lost now in shadow, calm and patient and still. It will watch through countless nights to come. The dark comes down so gently, like a soft dark cloth laid over the garden, like the closing of tired eyes. There's nothing sharp in it, nothing cold, nothing to trouble you at all. It's warm and soft and quiet. Let it come. Let it come. Your breathing is so slow now, so slow and soft and even, you're barely aware of the garden anymore. It's grown dim and far and soft, it's drifting away at the edges, dissolving gently into the dark. The trickle of the fountain has grown very faint, very distant, a small soft sound far off in the quiet. And now even that is fading, softening, blending into the deep still silence. You're so nearly asleep now, so close to the soft dark edge. That's where the garden ends and the deep dream country begins. There's no need to hold back from it. There's no need to keep yourself here on the warm stone, beneath the sinking moon. You may let go entirely now. You may follow the small bird, and the fallen leaf, and the sleeping town, down and down into the deep soft dark of rest. Let go now, let go, gently, completely. There's nothing left to do, there's nowhere left to. The small bird sleeps at the water's edge, the star's turn sleeps, the lotus sleeps at the water's edge. The small bird sleeps at the water's edge, the small bird sleeps at the water's edge, the town sleeps, and the fields sleep. The whole wide land sleeps, wrapped in the deep still quiet of the ancient night. And you sleep too, or you're so very nearly there, so soft and warm and heavy, so deeply, wonderfully at rest. There's only the smallest space left to cross, the softest step to take, down into the quiet dark. You need not take it, it will take you. Sleep will come, all on its own, the way it has come to countless quiet nights, rising up around you, soft and slow and gentle, closing over you like warm dark water, carrying you down into its deep still peace. Let it come, let it carry you. You're so. The garden holds you, the night holds you, the great quiet turning of the world holds you, soft and warm and safe, and the last small sounds grow faint and far and gentle, the last soft trickle of the fountain, the last quiet stirring of a leaf, the last slow beat of your own heart, soft and steady, it carries you on, down and down, into the deep still peace of sleep. You're asleep now, or so very nearly that it makes no difference at all. The garden has grown soft and dim and distant, it's a warm dark dream drifting slowly away. The moon is gone, the stars turn quiet overhead, and you rest deep and warm and still, in the great soft dark, in the deep soft and warm and safe. And the leaps now, or so very nearly that it makes now, or so very nearly that it makes no difference at all. The garden has grown soft and dim and distant, it's a warm dark dream, drift